if you watch all these content, then you may find yourself purchasing Master System games that you had no intention of ever picking up.
How are we all doing, everybody? I hope you're all well. I hope you had a great June. Been pretty mixed weather actually, so as I'm speaking to you now, it's absolutely lashing it down. So hopefully, hopefully it doesn't pick up too much on the camera. Anyway, so it's been a pretty good month for me this month. Lots of mixed stuff in the pickups. So without further ado, I'll jump straight in. So, only one charity shop raid, so to speak, this month. I've almost given up. It's almost pointless, you know. I've talked about it before with charity shops. You know, when I go, there's probably 4 or 5 on my lunchtime run that I only do once a week because I just can't be bothered, if I'm honest, you know. There's never anything new in them, and God forbid you should find something that is noteworthy. They want like an arm and a leg for it. It's just ridiculous. So that said, I did buck the trend on one visit, and I picked up a couple of good ones. So I picked up John Madden, or is it just Madden 17? I think it is now. Not played an NFL game for years, and it was only £1. So I was like, yeah, do you know what? For £1, I'll pick it up. I'll give it a go, see if it's any good. So yeah, looking forward to that. Also picked up a copy of Sega Bass Fishing. I'm pretty sure this was, in fact it was, I kept the price on the back, 80p. So yeah, 80p Sega Bass Fishing. I think the other one was complete in box as well, but yeah, it's got the manual and that. I remember playing this on the Dreamcast back in the day, and I didn't keep my Dreamcast for very long. But yeah, quite pleased to pick that up. What I'll do, I think there's a fishing rod attachment that you can get for the Wii that you just like plug the Wiimote into it, and you know you're away then, aren't you? So yeah, I'll probably give that a bash. I'm looking forward to that one as well, to be fair. And it's Sega, you can't really go wrong, can you? So I got Trauma Center for the Wii. I had seen it. I'd actually got recommended this one. I'll show you a bit closer. I got recommended this one, I think, on the 3DS before the store was closing when I was buying. I put a tweet out a few weeks ago, a few months ago now was it, when the Nintendo e-store had closed, and someone said, oh, get that one, and I didn't. It was just just like £8 or £9 or something, so I didn't bother. But yeah, got it for like I think this was like £1. So yeah, I didn't even know it was on Wii, so yeah, why not? And then I think this one was about £1.50. It is Mortal Kombat Armageddon. I'm a bit of a Mortal Kombat fanboy, so I thought, yeah, for £1.50. I don't think, no, it's not got the manual, but yeah, I don't know if it's any good, no idea. But you know, we'll give it a go. We'll see how we get on with it. So yeah, for £1.50, you can't really go wrong, can you? So that was it for the charity shops for the whole month. Next I'll do some DVDs. So I only bought 5, and I don't really show off DVDs because honestly I don't really buy that many anymore, but I bought some older films that I just hadn't seen before. So the first one was Roadhouse, and what a fantastic film, thoroughly enjoyed it. And yeah, I don't know why I hadn't seen it, it hadn't cropped up before, and I was just curious about it. I'd also bought this one, Point Break, which I haven't watched yet. Again, I know that it's supposed to be an absolutely cracking film, but my mates used to talk about this like 20 years ago, and I don't know why I hadn't seen it then. So I got that and Roadhouse from, I think it was eBay, but I think it was actually like Music Magpie. So it was cheaper to buy them and have them sent than rent them through like Google Play or Amazon or whatever to stream it. So yeah, the DVDs were like about £2 each. And then I picked up the Critters collection. So I picked this one up pretty cheap. It's got the first 4 films on there. I think they didn't do a remake. I think they did like a series, didn't they? A few years, but like 5 or 6 years ago. I've not seen that either. I've not seen these in years. but I do intend to get around to them and give them a watch. I watched them when I was very young. They were very tongue-in-cheek, a bit like Gremlins. Didn't take themselves too seriously, and as a kid they were kind of a bit creepy, but very funny as well. So yeah, looking forward to getting stuck into that one as well. And then the other two that I bought were Goodfellas, and it didn't blooming work, so I got to give them my money back and just recycled it. But I will pick a copy of that up again. And then I also picked up a copy of Glengarry Glen Ross. I watched the scene with Alec Baldwin that you can look up on YouTube if you're not familiar. Just type in Glengarry Glen Ross Alec Baldwin, and it's only a 7-minute speech, but it's a brilliant speech. He won an Oscar. He's only in the film for 7 minutes and he won an Oscar for it. So I was just curious about the rest of the film. It's absolutely turgid. It's not a great film, but I was just curious about it. So so yeah, those were the other two, but I can't show them off. I gave Glengarry Glen Ross to a lad at work, and yeah, I recycled the other one because it didn't work, sadly. Right, so also bought this bad boy, and I'll come a bit closer because the box is in really nice condition, and these are a lot heavier than I remember them being. It's a tiny little box. I thought on eBay, looking at it, I thought, blimey, you know, it looks like a normal size, like fairly big in my head. I remember them. Maybe I had smaller hands back then, who knows. But yeah, it got here, and they're tiny but heavy, and it's got all of the bits in it. I only paid about £35, I think, and then a fiver to get it here. So you know what, I thought, you know what, it's just an absolute bargain. It didn't come with the controller, but I had one anyway, luckily, and I had the power cable already. And I also, if I can open this out, so yeah, it's got like some wrapping paper, it's got everything in there. So I was so impressed that it had everything that I thought, why not, you know what I mean? And I hadn't got, like, the original one that I bought years ago didn't have a box. It was the first ever console I bought with my own money. But yeah, it's got everything in it. It's even got a little receipt that says Comic Group PLC, 20th of February 1999, and they paid $99.99 for it. So they paid paid a $1. And it's got all of the other little bits in there, the instructions, the manual, and it doesn't have the demo disc. So it does have this, and I asked my buddy Andy what demo disc I need to get. He was sure it was one of two. So although I'll show you guys quick, it does have a picture of a demo disc just there. So I don't know if anybody can help me out with the demo disc that comes with this one. It is a later one. I did get on the PlayStation scene a bit late. I was a student, you know, so what are you gonna do? But yeah, it's got everything in there, and yeah, you know, just a nice clean for 35 quid. Why not? I don't know why no one else bid. I think I just got lucky. Sometimes, well, I suppose you make your own luck, don't you? But yeah, pretty pleased with that. Pleased as punch. So yeah, nice to have a box. It's just nice because I've got so much nostalgia for the PS1. It's just nice to be able to have the box to look at, and I'll probably display it, you know, front ways like that on a shelf somewhere. I'm seriously running out of room though. So yeah, we also had Father's Day over the course of June, and I've been pecking and dropping hints to my wife to get me a barbecue, and bless them, the whole family got me a barbecue, and it came with like the wrong instructions, and part like the lid for the charcoal bit, I suppose it is a lid, isn't it? It wouldn't fit, it wouldn't work, so we had to take it back. So as I took it back to Home Bargains, They went, oh, do you want another one? Do I bloody hell as like. But they did have these. So again, I'll come a bit closer. I'm a huge Only Fools fan, and I got some of them are gold. There's a Del Boy there, and I got the full set of these. There's a Rodney, and we've got another Rodney, the gold one. And these are just going to sit on my shelf with my. There's the normal Del Boy. Yeah, these are going to sit on my shelf with the DVD set that I've got. There's the gold Boise, and then we've got the normal Boise and a gold Uncle Albert. Nearly said Grandad then. Yeah, it's a shame there isn't a Grandad really. Yeah, a bit of a shame. I quite like Grandad as a character, but I think by the time they became really big time, you know, it was all Uncle Albert, wasn't it? But yeah, I'm a massive, huge Only Fools fan. I've got the DVD set that came with the magazines that are largely unedited. And if you're a fan, I mean really a fan, then definitely pick those up. If you go onto eBay, you can pick them up for a few quid each. And I think the lady is called Gina from the Only Fools Appreciation Society. Anyway, give it a go. So I also picked up a copy of the S magazine. This is issue number 5. It's not in immaculate condition or anything, and it still cost a fair bit. I'll show you guys a little bit in there. So it's got some very old reviews of Master System games. This magazine was what they came up with before they went on to Sega Power. So you've got like people writing in and asking questions about cheats and stuff. It's just a shame it's not in fantastic condition, but you know, what do you do? Like, it's got route maps in there for Goldvillius, if you can see there, which is it's just brilliant, just absolutely brilliant. And I did see 2T UK had picked quite a few. He might have all of them now actually. It certainly picked up a few of them. And I thought, as soon as my buddy, I think it was Kev actually, in the group, Kev just literally shared it, and I don't know how I was the first one to see it, but I was. So I was like, right, bang, straight away, just bought it. And then yeah, it's got this as well. So it's got stuff about free subscriptions there, and tells you a bit about some of the other magazines there, what they look like, so you know what the front covers look like. And it did also have a bit, I'll see if I can find it, on the Sega Club, or Club Sega, or whatever it's called. Yeah, here, the official Sega Club. So I'm going to have a good read of all of that, and then, despite not being in brilliant nick, it's got the old advert there as well. Plug me into a Sega. Yeah, so once I've had a good read of it, I'll probably put it in some sort of like sleeve or something, I think. So yeah, really pleased to pick one of them up. That's the first one I've got. It'll be a lot of years before I get them all, I would think, unless I get lucky. But yeah, when I see them, I shall definitely buy them. Right, okay. So I did a video over June, which basically I wanted to get my ZX Spectrum fired up. I've been playing a few of the games on the PSP that has the emulator running on it, the Fuse emulator. So I did a video on how to clean the head and the azimuth. A few guys on World of Spectrum, which is a Facebook group, had helped me like with suggestions on what to try. So I bought this one, which is RoboCop, to have a go through, and it was an excuse really. I just wanted to buy it, if I'm honest, but yeah, it was an excuse to buy it, to give it a crack, give it a go. And I played it for probably like an entire Saturday morning, and then I fired it up, I think it was like last weekend maybe, or was it the weekend before. But yeah, then I played it on the Sunday as well. It's just such a brilliant game. We really missed out not getting this on the Master System. I I tell you. So what a cracking game. And then on that group, somebody had mentioned about another group which is called, like, I think it's called Sinclair for Sale or something like that. So I went on and I joined that one, and there was a guy and he had all of these other games for like peanuts. I think his name was Lee or something. Really nice bloke. Anyway, so he had all of these other games for, like, I paid like buttons. So I thought, right, why not? And a couple of the other lads in the group really go for quite a lot of these hit squad games. So yeah, so I bought all of these. So we've got Batman the Caped Crusader, which I've not played any of these. No idea. The Untouchables, which as a, I don't know, I can't have even been a teenager. I was probably 11 or 12 when I watched that. Sean Connery, Kevin Costner. It's got some cracking, I think it's like Andy Garcia in it as well. Some cracking actors in it. Ping Pong. What else have we got? So we got Enduro Racer, which is a cracking game on the Master System. Dragon Ninja. We got Total Recall, which I loved watching. Probably, again, I was probably far too young, but I remember talking to a lot of the lads at school about that one. Cable or Cabal. I think you say Cable. I don't know. And then we got Combat School. And then lastly, Ghostbusters 2. First film I went to the cinema to see that at the, which was it? I think it was the Oxford Odeon. When I was, how old would I have been? Probably 11 or 12. We lived quite close to Oxford at the time. And I think that was the first time I had McDonald's as well. First time I got like a Big Mac. So yeah, what a great day that was for a young lad. So yeah, so I got all these fantastic Spectrum games as well. I've not tried any of those yet, but I intend to get cracking on those as soon as I'm able to. So I also went to Cash Converters, which just for a few quid I picked up. I think I paid a £5 for Super Smash Brothers. In fact, I did. It says £5 on the back. And I paid, I think it was £3 for Batman Lego. And I got these for my lad, really, if he wants to play them. He plays a lot of Xbox these days. I mean, he's 16 this year, so he would do. But yeah, I remember we got these two for him. He must have been, I don't know, maybe like 7 years old, maybe, something like that. And then obviously I've spoke about it before, but I sold up and we sold everything a few years ago. So just slowly getting the collection back for the Wii U games as best we can. And that was in my local town. And then I was called to a customer meeting last week across the other side of the county. So probably a good like 30-40 minutes drive. And on my way back, I passed Darwin, which my mate Stu lives there. And it was absolutely hammering it down with the rain again. So I thought, do you know what, this is ridiculous, I'll just pull over. So I pulled into Darwin to go to Go Games, and it was shut. I couldn't believe it. But I remembered last time we'd gone, a few weeks ago with Stu, he showed us another Cash Converters. So I thought, well, I'm here now, I'll have a quick look. So I had a quick look, and I'm really glad that I did. They had buy 3 for the price of 2. So I went in and I picked up, all for $4.99, I picked up Little Nightmares Complete Edition. I picked up Resident Evil 3, I nearly said 2 then, but yeah, Resident Evil 3, and I've not played the third remake yet. And I picked up Resident Evil Village. So and I know a couple of lads when this came out, was it last year I think, and they were saying, oh, get on this, it's really good, it's brilliant, you know. So I did play a little bit of Resident Evil 7, but I've not played this one yet, so they're probably going to be joining the backlog for a little while, because I'm desperately trying to finish off. I've been playing a lot of God of War Ragnarok, because I've played a lot of Castlevania, Symphony of the Night and Doom before that. I kind of put off playing God of War Ragnarok, and what else had I been playing? Cyberpunk 2077. So I'm coming back to those two now, but then I've got a couple of others coming on order that I've pre-ordered, which one gets here on the 30th of June, I think. So I'm going to be playing that as well. So yeah, these will probably join the backlog. Which one would you play first? So out of those three, comment below which one, when I do get around to these three, which one should I play first? Pop it up below. And then I was going to walk out and leave it with those three, but then for 99p they had God of War 2, which it was on the PS2 of course, and I bought God of War 1 in lockdown for I think like £3 or something. So for 99p this was a right result, and yeah, it's got the manual and it's only the Platinum edition, but you know, I'm not fussed, I'll give it a go at some point. So so yeah, God of War 2 for 99p. So I ended up getting 4 games from that one. So yeah, I kind of feel I whipped them from under your nose, Stu. But yeah, sorry mate. Anyway, and then I think that's it, other than just one last thing. So so I picked up another copy of Danan the Jungle Fighter from eBay. It's a really clean copy, really nice copy, and because it's one of the few games that I'm missing the manual, and it's got an immaculate manual in there, absolutely pristine. So well, the whole copy is lovely condition, really nice. I'm gonna keep the version that I've got already, because I think I got my copy from Pedder, and all of the games that I got from Pedder I'm not going to be upgrading. I'm just going to keep them as they are, because I just like them that way. So I will be keeping the manual though, and this copy is going to be going to another mate that I'm going to do a swap deal with, that I know he needs it, and he, my buddy Phil, is fast approaching 200 games now in the collection, so fair play to him, he can't be far off at all. So yeah, Phil buddy, I'll reach out to you and we'll see what we can do to swap this for something, pal. Guys, that's it. So I'm pretty sure that's everything. Guys, just a super quick additional few bits that I picked up that arrived just today before I'm putting the video out. So you might remember at the beginning of the video I mentioned I bought some DVDs. One of them was Goodfellas, but I had to get my money back because it wouldn't work. The disc was knackered basically. Walked into a charity shop today and picked this up for 30p. So meant to be. Looking forward to watching this with my lad. It was actually 3 for £1 to be precise. So I picked up Goodfellas, picked up Pulp Fiction, which they're both collector's editions or special editions actually. So I'll watch both of those with my lad as he hasn't seen them before. I picked up a copy of Resident Evil Degeneration, which I've not seen. I don't know how good it is, but it's got like this really cool like sleeve on the outside, which, you know, for £1 for all 3 I thought was pretty good. Also picked up a copy of Medal of Honor European Assault for the original Xbox. All my OG Xbox games are in the loft, but for 50p, I don't think, yeah, it's not complete in box or anything, but for 50p you can't really grumble. And then I picked up a copy of Pirates on the DS, and this was £1.50. I think this one, yeah, so that one is complete in box, which is pretty cool. £1.50 for a DS game. And then when I got home, these two rascals arrived. So a couple more of the Hit Squad games. So we got Rambo and Short Circuit. I might pick up a few more of these that remind me about TV shows and films that I watched when I was a kid. So yeah, pretty chuffed with that. Guys, just a couple of a few extra little bits to show off. Thank you so much for watching the video. Really appreciate it. If you enjoyed, then please hit the like button. Thank you so much.